What if I told you a woman disappeared from one of the most visited landmarks in Europe on an island that physically cannot be left at night? No broken doors, no screams, no body, just a locked room, a missing camera, and a security frame that glitched for exactly 3 seconds. In a place surrounded by water, watched by cameras, and sealed by the tide, how does someone simply vanish? October 14th, 2017, Normandy, France. The tide was rising around Mont Saint-Michel, slowly swallowing the sandbanks that connected the island to the mainland. By midnight, the medieval fortress would be completely surrounded by water, isolated and unreachable except by boat. Tourists had already left. Shop lights were turning off one by one, and the narrow stone streets echoed with the last footsteps of the day. At 11:42 p.m., the final shuttle departed, leaving only a handful of overnight guests inside the ancient walls. One of them would never be seen again. 32-year-old Amélie Laurent, a freelance photographer from Lyon, had checked into a small inn earlier that afternoon. She was known for capturing abandoned architecture and shadow corridors, and Mont Saint-Michel was exactly the kind of place she loved. CCTV showed her arriving calmly with a backpack and a camera case. At 9:17 p.m., she posted her final photograph, a long-exposure image of the abbey spire disappearing into heavy fog. Captioned, "Some places feel like they're watching you back." At 10:03 p.m., a guest reported hearing fast, uneven footsteps outside in the alley, followed by sudden silence. No scream, no argument, just quiet. The next morning, Amélie failed to check out. Her room was locked from the inside. When staff entered using a master key, they found the bed untouched, her passport on the desk, her wallet beside it, and her phone still charging near the window. But her camera was gone. The window overlooked a 40-foot drop onto jagged stone. There were no signs of forced entry, no sign of struggle, and no note. Officers from the Gendarmerie Nationale arrived before noon and sealed the area. CCTV footage from the island's main entrance showed no one matching her description, leaving after 9 p.m., and once the tide rose, leaving on foot would have been impossible. In theory, she was still on the island. Divers searched the surrounding waters when the tide receded. Drones scanned rooftops and towers. Investigators combed through the abbey's ancient stairwells and hidden passages. Nothing. Then one unsettling detail emerged. At 11:58 p.m., a security camera near the cloister captured a brief silhouette under an archway. For exactly 3 seconds, a figure appeared holding something rectangular, possibly a camera. The timestamp glitched. The image froze. When the feed resumed, the corridor was empty. Experts dismissed it as a compression artifact, a digital shadow error. But the figure's height closely matched Amélie's, and it appeared to be walking deeper into the abbey, not toward an exit. Investigators later found an email Amélie had sent 2 days before her trip. "I found something unusual in one of my old photos from Mont Saint-Michel last year. A figure that shouldn't have been there. I'm going back." On her laptop in Lyon, police recovered the image. A dim hallway inside the abbey with what looked like a person standing in the far corner facing the wall. Records confirmed no other tourists were present in that corridor at the time. The metadata showed no signs of editing. When officers returned to the hallway, they noticed one stone slab slightly higher than the others. Ground-penetrating radar revealed a hollow cavity beneath it, likely a sealed medieval shaft. After weeks of administrative delay, the cavity was opened. It contained only dust, decayed wood, and centuries-old debris. No camera, no remains, no evidence of recent disturbance. Months passed. Authorities leaned toward accidental fall, but no torn fabric was found below the cliffs. No hospital reported unidentified injuries, and her bank accounts remained untouched. In 2019, a tourist claimed to see a woman resembling Amélie standing alone inside the abbey after closing hours, yet security logs showed no unauthorized entry. In 2021, an anonymous envelope arrived at the local police station containing a printed copy of Amélie's final photo. On the back, written in blue ink, were the words, "You weren't supposed to look twice." No fingerprints, no DNA, no traceable origin. Today, the case remains open, unsolved. Every year, Millions walk those same stone corridors, pass beneath the same archway where the silhouette appeared for 3 seconds on a corrupted frame. Most never notice the slightly uneven stone slab in that quiet hallway. And when the tide rises at night, sealing Mont Saint-Michel in darkness and mist, the island returns to what it has always been, isolated, silent, and watching. No body was ever recovered. No suspect was named. And if the cameras did not fail that night, it means one of two things. Either she left the island in a way no one has ever understood, or she never left at all.